Talking here with Representative Kelly Alexander, you just gave a great presentation about the state of hemp in North Carolina, and you talked a little bit about the federal side of things, and you had some words of wisdom about what to do. And I loved your actionable steps. Before we get to that, can you talk briefly about what you're seeing in the hemp space in the state right now?
Well, I'm seeing an incredible amount of activism from the producers. You know, up until this year, producers were largely silent and unseen. But when this farm bill came out with its proposed ban on smokable hemp, producers and retailers started realizing that if they were going to keep their industry from being stillborn, they had to show up, they had to be vocal, and they had to let the legislators know that there's a connection between economic activity and their viability as business people and this legislation. Because up until that point, the largest voice was that of law enforcement.
Yeah. I think one of the things that you said opened my eyes a little bit is that you said sometimes we assume that the politician understands about hemp and the distinction between that and marijuana and everything. And then you mentioned some actionable steps, like here's what you guys should do. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Well, number one, I think it's time for you as a collective, body to develop a political action committee, PAC. It's time for you to start during the period of time when political forums are being held around the state to show up, raise questions, and ask people who want your vote, what's your position on changing our drug laws? Are you in favor of adult use legislation? Are you in favor of taking smokable hemp ban out of legislation? Are you in favor of taking smokable hemp off the controlled substance list for North Carolina? These are very specific questions that the answers to those questions are going to determine whether or not that particular politician is pro-you or anti-you. And my suggestion is that if you really want this industry to move, you've got to start intentionally supporting pro-candidates, pro-legislative people.
The time to act is now, right?
Oh, yeah. Because if the November elections in 2020 will determine whether or not we have a critical mass of people in General Assembly who will convene in 2021 and change our laws positively. And that's the same thing about whether or not we get marijuana taken off of Schedule 1 federally, we get common sense banking legislation passed to allow folk in this industry to be able to engage in commerce as any other business can. All of this is dependent upon political decisions that have to be made by your elected representatives. Right. And the beginning of this is to help select people who are going to be open-minded for change.
Yeah. Well, thank you for that. I do want to say, I've spoken to a few politicians over the years in our different businesses, and I appreciate your candor. You're very personable. There was no BS with you, and I really appreciate that. I think sometimes there's a lot of contention. It feels like in our country right now between politicians and civilians, and I feel like I can just approach you and we can have a conversation, and you can be very upfront and frank about what you think the state of things is. So I really appreciate that. That was very refreshing.
That's what I try to be. I mean, I'm a small business person. I'm a citizen. I guess I'm a politician because that's how you have to go that route in order to be able to be in a position to help change things.
Yeah, right. I understand. So if anyone wants to get some more information about you, how should they seek you?
The easiest thing to do is to go to the legislative website, which is ncleg.net. Go to hit the house tab and look at my name, and it'll tell you the committees I'm on. It'll show you every recorded vote I've taken.
Okay.
It's a good way to get just a sense of who I am and what I'm doing.
Okay, great.
And while you're there, let your fingers do the walking and check out some other members in the legislature, because that's only if you are knowledgeable about what your representatives are doing can you make an informed decision about whether or not you want to rehire them or not.
Yeah, good point. So, thank you very much. I know you're a busy man. I appreciate your time and
Thank you.
your action. Thank you, sir.